Good Sunday morning.
Hello, Gary. How are you?
I'm very good.
Good.
How's everything with you, David?
Not too bad. Good to be here.
Well, thank you for coming. You are actually our first guest host.
I'm delighted, and congratulations on your new show.
Thank you very much.
Very exciting.
I want to welcome the viewers. As we said, it's our first show, and we have a lot of things planned for today.
Big show.
Big show. We're normally going to have 4 guests. And really the purpose of this show is to discuss, as the title says, the real estate report, the week in review. We're going to try and bring topical issues, have guests coming on, people within the news, people in the business that we are in, people dealing with real estate, finance, mortgages. We're going to have segments dealing with construction, contractors.
Everything anyone could want to know about
for
market.
Homeowners, people in the market looking for a home, to sell a home, tenants, landlords. Also, we're going to try something very new. We're going to try and use this show as a form of educational tool. We're going to try and offer 1-hour courses in the future.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we will have this posted on our Shapiro Show website.
Yes.
And we're going to be sending out email blasts to all our viewers
Good
to
idea.
advise them what's happening in the forthcoming weeks. One of the things I'm really excited about, we're in terms of planning, we're meeting with government people to have guests on dealing with what's going on within the market, with the government, the boards. We're having someone hopefully that will be on the show dealing with also new real estate forms. As I stated before, we're going to have guest hosts on every week, and thank you, David, again.
Pleasure.
For coming.
Yeah.
Just one thing in the news I want to bring everyone's attention to. Shapiro Cho is offering a seminar on January 31st. It's at the Tuscana Banquet and Conference Hall in Vaughan. We're having a guest speaker, Chris Leader, who's a well-known speaker, talking about sales and how real estate people can increase their sales, their business. And we're offering 3 RICO courses free of charge.
Very good.
I don't know if you can pick this up. This is, I don't know if you can get a close-up. In any event, what's happened, I suppose it's good and bad news. As soon as we had this out in the marketplace, we've now had over 600 people register for it.
Big demand.
We're now preparing a second list of people, so we're going to offer a second show.
Oh, very good. He's very popular.
Very much so.
I think I remember him last year too. It was sold out.
Yeah, he appears quite often. He works with all the leading brokers as well. So this is something that we're really excited about.
Good way to get pumped up at the beginning of the year for the spring market.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's sort of like a kickstart.
Right.
So we have that coming up, and that's on January 31st. The other thing, as you know, I mentioned the type of viewers we're looking for, and I really want to set it out on the first show. It's not real estate and mortgage professionals only. We really want to appeal to the ordinary viewer, getting homeowners, people that are thinking of buying or selling, people who are currently renting and will in the future perhaps want to buy. I want this to be a forum that's very relaxed, informative, and that's really one of the reasons why, and we had discussed this, we were sort of trying to work out the best time and day.
Yes.
And as it worked out, we felt that Sundays at 11 would be a just ideal time.
I think it is a very good time. People can watch it from anywhere in the world at home.
Everywhere in the world?
Anywhere in the world, yeah. On the internet, right?
If I wasn't nervous before, I am now. So we'll get started. On our show today, we have David Grossman, who, as well as being our first co-host, we'll talk about mortgages.
Sounds good.
David Collier will be coming up as well. He's with a company called Prep and Sell. I'm familiar with the service. I've used it myself.
Like a home staging sort of a thing?
No,
or
it's
not
not
quite.
home, no,
okay.
But we will have home stagers.
Okay,
on in
so
the
this is
future.
different. We'll find that. We'll find out.
Absolutely.
Okay, very
we
good.
We have a paralegal, Gerald Shapiro.
Not to be confused with
Not to
Garry
be confused
Shapiro.
with Garry Shapiro.
He's not your brother.
No, but he is my cousin.
Okay.
But I didn't. Well, I suppose we'll slip.
You
that
named
one
after
in.
the same person, or just coincidence?
Coincidence.
Okay.
Yeah. And then last but most important, our two agents from Remax, Bella Lee and Ellie Bakhtari.
Yeah.
And they're going to be discussing the kind of services that they provide. And hopefully with you and I, we're going to sort of have a little bit of a round table, although our table's small.
Yeah.
A little bit of a round table.
Next time we'll get a round table.
Okay. Okay. And we'll talk about the market.
Great.
So, David,
Yes.
mortgage broker,
Mortgages.
mortgages.
Yes.
Tell me something about your business.
Okay.
And
Well,
who you are.
Sure. Well, I've been doing mortgages for about 8 years now. I've always been in sales, but 8 years ago I got into the mortgage business because I was pretty good in high school math. I could add, subtract, multiply without any problem, and I wanted to get into business for myself. So I thought, what a great business! You know, it's a business I can understand, I can relate to. It requires some marketing skills to get your name out there, and it's been a good fit for me. So I've enjoyed it.
That's wonderful. Now, what name are you under?
Well, I mean, I'm branded the Mortgage Mensch,
Okay.
but people should decide that for themselves, right? If I'm a mensch, if not everybody knows what a mensch is.
Explain.
Well,
to
a
our
mensch
viewers.
is an honest person, right? So I figured
It's a Yiddish term.
it's a Yiddish term, and I figured, mortgage brokers didn't always have the best reputation. So one thing I prided myself on was that I always aimed to give people honest advice. So I thought, it's catchy. You have the alliteration there with the double M's. Not everybody knows what it means, but that's
sounds
okay.
good.
That's okay.
Yeah. So you go under the brand of Mortgage Mensch.
Right, and the company's Mortgage Loans Canada. That's the brokerage.
Okay.
Right.
And if someone wanted to contact you, how would they contact you?
My website's probably on the screen, mortgagemensch.ca. I should put our phone number too, but they can visit the website.
If you want to put out the number now.
Sure, 876-2031, area code 416.
Very good. Interesting, you mentioned something that you got into the business about eight years ago, and you felt that you were very good at math and sales, and it sort of made common sense, and you wanted to be in business for yourself.
That's right.
My understanding is the requirements to become a mortgage broker have really tightened up over the last few years. I don't know if you have a couple of words for us on that. How have things changed?
Well, I mean, they're really not that onerous. I mean, it's I think it's still, a 1-week course. But and the industry association, Canadian Association of Accredited Mortgage Professionals, is we have to be relicensed now. We have to take some more courses. So
do you take courses every year?
Yeah, we take a certain amount of courses to keep our AMP status, accredited mortgage professional. They want mortgage professionals to be just that, professionals, and to know everything they need to know about whether it's privacy legislation or whatever it is, to ensure that people are taking good care of their. It's a well-regulated industry.
That's
for
good.
sure. Yeah.
So we've gone from somewhat of the Wild West to something of focus and order.
Well, there is more focus and order, but at the end of the day, the consumer always has to beware, and they really need to shop around, and they need to become educated.
Right.
Like with any business, when you're looking to hire a professional, you have to take that responsibility on yourself, because at the end of the day, you can't blame anybody else other than yourself. So you need to become educated, whatever product or service you're buying, so that you can feel good about the decision you make to purchase from an individual.
Makes sense.
Yes.
So, you know, I'm just curious, why would someone want to use a mortgage broker? Why not go directly to the corner bank?
Right, right. Well, I mean, first of all, you know, if you go to the bank, not everyone in the bank knows a lot about mortgages. They're handling everything from deposits and investments and RSPs and car loans and so on. There are some people at the banks that know their stuff. There are some people at the banks that don't have any idea what they're doing, you know. At least with a mortgage professional, if they've been in business for some time, you know, that's probably all they're doing, or they spend a fair bit of time working on mortgages. They can also choose from any number of institutions. So if there's different mortgage products out there, a mortgage broker can help you find the right product, the best rate, and give you the best advice.
In the normal course, would the consumer or the mortgage, the person wanting to retain your service, would they be paying you any money?
Usually not. When we're talking about an A type of candidate or an A lender, an A borrower, somebody who has, you know, a good credit and a regular job, or they could still be self-employed, but it's a bank type of mortgage, because we can arrange a mortgage through a bank or other credit unions or trust companies, and normally they don't have to pay. We get paid a finder's fee from the lender, so there's normally no cost to the borrower.
And how many lenders would you have access
Right.
to?
Well, we have access to dozens of lenders,
Really?
but in reality, you know, we don't want to spread our business around too much, because if you know, for different types of deals, we will use certain lenders, and that way we build up a good relationship with the lender. In some cases, we'll have a dedicated underwriter, so we can just pick up the phone and they'll know us. You know, and sometimes if a deal is like, you know, a little bit maybe not perfect, but because of our relationship, because of the volume of business, you know, we can get it approved.
Wonderful.
Right.
Wonderful. One of the questions I'm always asked is, what is the difference between a variable rate and a fixed rate mortgage, and how are variable rate mortgages and fixed rate mortgages set, the difference between them?
Right, okay. Well, variable rate mortgages is a mortgage that, you know, is going to fluctuate. It's going to go up and down depending on the prime rate. So it's tied to the prime rate. Right now, most banks are charging either prime or slightly above prime, so prime plus 0.1%.
And we'll
in
talk
many
about
cases.
that later in our show, because there's been, in the last 6 months, a real change in the marketplace.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, there's been a change where fixed rates, and if you have a fixed rate mortgage, your mortgage rate is going to stay the same for the life of the contract, or the term.
And the contract being the term, like
could be 3 years, 5 years. 5 years is the most popular.
Right.
And so when you take a fixed rate mortgage, in the past, you usually paid a little bit higher rate to get a fixed rate mortgage, to get the security of knowing that the rate wasn't going to change.
Right.
But now, there's a very unusual situation right now, for the first time in many, many years, where a 5-year fixed rate mortgage is actually about the same or slightly lower in some cases than a variable rate mortgage. This is quite unusual.
So how are variable rate mortgages set? Like, what is it geared to? Canada Prime?
It's geared, okay, well, the Bank of Canada meets approximately every 6 weeks.
Right.
And they adjust the overnight rate.
Right.
Okay, and the banks, right now, they're charging 2% higher than the overnight rate. So the overnight rate is 1%, and all the banks are charging 2% higher.
Right.
So their prime rate is 3%. Right. So it's based on that. So that's how they figure it.
So and fixed rate is geared to bond rates, at least the
Exactly.
5-year.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to take a break right now.
Okay.
And when we come back, David Collier from Prep and Sale will join us David, you're going to join us in
Great.
the last segment, and we're going to
Perfect.
talk about the crazy mortgage market, the real estate market, and what's going on.
Looking forward to it. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.